Jeremy, I am not going to beat around the bush. This morning, most of Twins fandom woke up to not just news of Derek Shelton's interesting developing staff, which we'll certainly get to, but a Dan Hayes report, Dan Hayes of The Athletic, suggesting that Byron Buxton would consider waiving his no trade clause in light of a Twins continued teardown, other than evoking a reaction of extreme disappointment. What was your reaction to that? Expected, unexpected? Talk a little bit about how you consumed that news.
So interesting in that you've worded it the same way that he worded it, right? That he would consider waiving his no trade clause. Like, no, man, what's going to happen is they're going to trade the pitchers and he's going to demand to be traded. It's not like this, oh, we'd like to do this. No, he wants to be a Twin until he realizes that, that scene in The Fresh Prince when Will like looks around, there's nobody there, and he gets away. Like, that's how this is going to go if Lopez gets traded. Because I think Ryan could get traded and Lopez could stay and Buxton would stay. If Lopez gets traded, they're all going. And that's going to be the thing. Like, it's like, well, guess I'll go play for the Braves. And that's what's going to happen.
Speaking of the Braves, also interesting, and I think you commented on this, so I'm wondering how noteworthy you found it that the Braves have hired not a multitude, but a number of ex-Twin staffers in the last few days, which is an interesting connection that I noticed that you were quick to point out on the old social media.
Yeah, I think, and I don't know this. I'm not in the clubhouse. Theo could maybe speak to this, but I get there he is. I get the sense that like Tommy Watkins and Byron Buxton are close.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think if there's one team that wants to be ahead of the race of a potential Byron Buxton's trade sweepstakes, it's going to be the Atlanta Braves. And I feel because it's his home team, his home, not official hometown, but, hometown team, that is the only team he's going to be willing to make that wave for. And the Braves do have the prospect capital to kind of cash in on that and send a serviceable major league player to kind of fill things in. So, they're trying to set themselves up for that. There's no denying, but it is a very grim reality Twins fans are going into as these GM meetings continue for one more day, I believe. So, I think the place that's going to be the least hurtful to see him get traded to is the team he grew up rooting for with the Atlanta Braves. But I think we're kind of getting closer to that reality, unfortunately. But Bobby had an article published in the Star Tribune this evening, kind of reiterating some of the plans that the front office is willing to speak on publicly right now. And they're kind of just like, we're going to be up in the air on everything until December. And it's just the same old song and dance, just wording different ways when you meet with Falvey and Zoll as it currently stands. So, they're downplaying any trades are going to happen before December. So at least we have that. But, someone's going to get traded and eventually the dominoes will all fall and it will be a very sad time.
It definitely feels very much like I have concepts of a plan as opposed to like having a real concrete plan. That is one of the weird parts